In 1998, Henry Hank Thompson is a bartender living on the Lower East Side. Hank is haunted by a drunken car crash that killed his friend, ended his Major League Baseball ambitions, and left him with a dependency on alcohol. Hank's neighbor Russ Minor is returning to London to see his ailing father, tasking Hank to care for his cat, Bud. Two Russian mobsters, Alexei and Pavel, later arrive in search of Russ and viciously beat Hank to the point that he needs emergency surgery to remove his ruptured kidney. After the Russians break into Russ's apartment, narcotics detective Elise Roman questions Hank and reveals Russ is a drug dealer connected to the notorious Hasidic Drucker brothers. Finding a key hidden in Bud's litter box, Hank notifies Roman when the Druckers search Russ's apartment. After getting drunk at Paul's bar, Hank leaves his clothes outside his building. Interrogated by the Russians and their Puerto Rican associate Colorado, Hank cannot remember what happened to the key. Hank leaves the injured Bud with his girlfriend Yvonne and remembers taking the key to the bar. Chased by the Druckers, he informs Colorado, who mentions Yvonne. Suddenly realizing she is in danger, he races back to her apartment only to find she has been killed. A guilt-stricken Hank confides in Roman, who tells him of her dreams of retiring to Tulum before revealing herself to be in league with Colorado and the Russians. Roman claims that her gang are not the group responsible for Yvonne's murder. Hank is brought to Paul's bar, where an altercation results in the killings of Amtrak and Colorado. Lying that the key is in the basement strongroom safe, Paul retrieves a shotgun but is killed in the ensuing chaos. Hank locks himself in the strongroom, forcing the others to leave empty-handed. Hank recovers the key from the homeless Jason, left in the clothes he abandoned. Russ returns home but is hit in the head with a baseball bat when Hank mistakes him for an intruder. Russ explains that after selling drugs for the Druckers in Colorado's nightclubs, he was forced to involve Roman, who owes money to the Russians' boss. Key unlocks a storage unit with just over $4 million he was meant to split between the various parties on the day he left for London. Fearing for his life, Russ prepares to take the money and flee the country, leaving Hank as the fall guy, but Hank knocks him unconscious. Meeting with Roman and the Russians, Hank offers them Russ and the key in exchange for Bud. Russ panics and kills Alexei before escaping with Hank and Bud, suggesting that Roman might have been the one who killed Yvonne. They get away on the subway, where Russ succumbs to his injuries. Hank spends the night on Coney Island. Roman calls the following day, demanding he bring the key to the Russian supper club, Hermitage, otherwise he will be framed for the several murders, and hints at killing his mother. After calling to warn her, Hank goes to see the Druckers. They agree to kill Roman in exchange for Hank leading them to the money. As they arrive at the club, Hank is restrained to the steering wheel while the Druckers carry out shooting the place up. Hank breaks free when seeing Roman flee and chases her. Injures Roman by impaling her foot with the broken baseball bat handle, whereupon the Druckers arrive to kill her. Hank reveals where he hid the key, and the brothers decide to let him live with a share of the money, force him to drive them home. When Hank notices that Lipa has Yvonne's lighter. Noticing his reaction to the lighter, the brothers admit they killed Yvonne to send a message to Hank for evading them. Hank purposefully crashes the car, this time killing the two brothers. Sometime later, Hank escapes to Tulum while posing as Russ, even taking Bud with him, and mailing the other half of the money to his mother.